Hi, good morning. Let us study the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings. What is matter? Matter is any substance which has mass and has volume. That is, it occupies space. Everything in this universe is made up of matter. Earlier philosophers used to classify matter into five elements, that is, Panchatantra: air, water, sky, earth, and fire. Later on, modern scientists classified this matter based upon physical properties. They classified matter into two: continuous and particulate. Let us perform an experiment to see whether matter is continuous or particulate. Take 100 ml of beaker. Fill half this beaker with water, that is 50 ml of water. Add some amount of salt and stir with glass rod. What do you observe what do you observe? There is no change in the volume of solution. There is no change in the volume of water. Why? This is because water molecules are made up of hydrogen and oxygen atoms, and between hydrogen and oxygen atoms there are lots of empty spaces or voids. When salt is added into water, the particles of salt occupy the spaces and voids in this water between the water molecules, and they dissolve in the solution. So there is no change in the volume of water. But this is not the case every time, because as we keep on increasing the concentration of salt or the amount of salt in water, a point is reached or a stage is reached when no more of the salt can be dissolved in water, because the salt particles have already occupied the spaces or voids between the water molecules, and there are no spaces or voids in the water molecules which can hold these salt particles. So these salt particles now settle at the bottom of the beaker, and there is sudden rise or sudden increase in the volume of water. Such a stage is known as saturation point. Every substance has its own saturation point for a particular liquid. For example, the saturation point of salt at room temperature is 357 grams per liter. That is, at 25 degrees Celsius, 1 liter of water can dissolve about 357 grams of salt. If you add salt beyond the saturation point, the salt will not dissolve in the solution, but it will settle at the bottom of the solution. So a saturated solution is a solution where no more of the solute can be dissolved in the solution. How small are these particles of matter? Take 100 ml of beaker, add 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Take out 10 ml of the solution, approximately 10 ml of the solution, and add it into 90 ml of water. Then take out another 10 ml of and then take out again 10 ml of solution, 10 ml of solution, and add this in 90 ml of pure water. As you keep on diluting the solution 5 to 8 times, you observe that the color is still visible of potassium permanganate, though it becomes light, but the color is still visible. This proves that potassium permanganate crystal is made up of very tiny, very millions of tiny small particles of crystals of potassium permanganate, which keep on dividing into smaller and smaller particles. These particles are very small, beyond our imagination. The particles of matter are very, very small. They are beyond our imagination. Thus, we could study two physical nature of matter. One is that matter has particle nature. That is, matter is particulate. Second, the particles of matter are very, very small. They are very small beyond our imagination.